Hello, and welcome to the channel. For this video, I'm taking you on a guided walking tour around Buccaneer Bay Water Park. For those that aren't familiar with this park, it is a water park that's located adjacent to Weeki Wachee Springs State Park. You're going to notice that this is probably one of my shortest walking tours because it's not a particularly big water park, and if you haven't been to this park in quite a while, a couple of the slides are now missing. They've been taken down. The state of Florida actually runs this park now, and they do operate it on the cheap. So when a piece of equipment like a water slide wears out, they just tear it down and pretend like it never existed. And that's actually part of the reason why I'm filming it today. I like to treat this channel almost like an archival time capsule, capturing a lot of these attractions that are kind of slowly fading away, and I think Buccaneer Bay might be in that category. Now, don't get me wrong, if you go to Buccaneer Bay today, you'll still have a very pleasant experience. It's still a pretty nice water park, but it's just not as good as it once was. It's just kind of like a shell of its former self. One of the things that makes this park truly unique, and is probably why the state of Florida is still running it, is it's the only water park in the entire state of Florida that is spring-fed, which is very rare. Everything else, whether you're talking about the Disney water parks or Adventure Island or Volcano Bay, any of those, they all use chlorinated water. So it's pretty rare to have an experience like this where you basically can swim in spring water, and all the splash pools for the water slides go into Weeki Wachee Springs. So as you're walking through the park, one of the first things you're going to see on the left-hand side is the tube area. And now this is an upcharge attraction. It's not included with the park admission. You have to pay an additional $10 for the wristband, and then you can ride the lazy river. And, basically it's just a slow tube ride down the Weeki Wachee River. It's definitely a fun experience, but I do prefer the river tubing that's at Rainbow Springs Park. The Rainbow River is just a wider river, and I just think it's more scenic than Weeki Wachee, although Weeki Wachee is nice too. The problem with Weeki Wachee is a very narrow river, and in quite a few places between all the kayaks and the people who bring bass boats and everything, it's a little nerve-wracking to be in the tube. And the Rainbow River definitely has it's just a wider river, and it's just easier to navigate. So the very next attraction coming up on the left-hand side is the Buccaneer Bay swimming area. And that's basically an artificial beach. It's very nice and scenic, and it's a great place to lounge just sitting on the beach, or obviously swimming. Now keep in mind, in the peak season, like in the summertime when school is out, this place gets packed. So if you're planning to spend time in that beach area, you might want to arrive early and try to reserve a spot or something, or get the swimming out of the way early, and explore the rest of Weeki Wachee Park. That's one of the other things I'd like to mention too, is it's just one gate for both attractions, the Weeki Wachee Springs State Park as well as Buccaneer Bay. Admission price is about $13, and it gets you access to both the water park as well as all the attractions at the state park, including like the underwater Mermaid show and the animal attractions and everything. So for $13, it's a great value, and I really do love coming to this park. It is definitely one of my top three favorite Florida state parks. Weeki Wachee, Rainbow Springs, and Silver Springs are probably my three all-time favorites. So there is a restaurant at the park. It's just, your standard, hot dogs and french fries and those type of things, and sodas. That's at the Tiki Bar. There is a rental shop also here at Buccaneer Bay, and you can rent umbrellas. I think the umbrella is like $20. You can rent an umbrella and a chair for about $25. The chairs by themselves are $10 or $15. They even have like small tents, which I always found kind of weird at a water park, but that's what they got. They got the half tent with the one chair that runs about $25. There is one water slide tower that's still standing. They used to have more here, but like I said, they've been kind of tearing them down as they wear out and are no longer safe. The Cannonball slide is the more intense one, and all the riders have to be at least 48 inches to ride that one. The Pirate's Revenge slide is a little tamer, and the height requirement for that particular slide is only 42 inches. So if you got small kids that want to ride on the water slides, they have to be at least 42 inches, and they've got to be 48 inches tall to ride both of them. Buccaneer Bay also has a kiddie pool. That area is known as the Lil Mates Caribbean Cove, and the age restriction on that one is you have to be 6 years old or younger to actually use that particular area. Now, the neat thing about Weeki Wachee State Park is they do have a lot of activities that you can participate. For example, they have a ranger experience that you can pay to I guess shadow a park ranger. There's a mermaid experience where kids can dress up as mermaids. One of my favorite parts of Weeki Wachee is the river cruise ride. I actually have a full POV of that particular ride. It's about a 20-minute ride that basically also goes up and down the Weeki Wachee River. I do think that it's kind of hard to beat Weeki Wachee and Buccaneer Bay together. I do think some of the other state parks probably are nicer, especially if you're into the more natural type of parks and ecotourism. But when it comes to like a family attraction and a family outing, Buccaneer Bay and Weeki Wachee are really a great option. I mean, you can definitely spend all day here exploring all the different things, because I mean, there's I think 2 or 3 animal shows, as well as the Mermaid show and the boat ride and the water park, so you can easily spend the entire day here if you want. They also have locker rentals if you need to keep your bathing suit separate, or store your towels away, whatever you want. Locker rentals run about $7 at the park. So on the north end of the park, when you just pass the water slides, that's where like the main building of Buccaneer Bay is. So it's kind of counterintuitive, but there is a gift shop back there where you can buy like bathing suits and postcards and those type of things. There's a snack shack and also some restrooms. So normally those type of things are usually in the front of a park. So I don't know why they laid it out the way they did. They put that all the way in the extreme back of the park, and I think a lot of people come to Buccaneer Bay and aren't even aware of the restrooms. So I wouldn't drink the spring water, if you know what I'm saying. One of the neat perks about Buccaneer Bay is they do have cabana rentals. That is pretty common at water parks, but most water parks, I just was at Adventure Island and Aquatica, and the cabana rentals are like $50 a day. Here at Buccaneer Bay, the cabana rentals are like half that price, so a lot more affordable being here at the state park. But you gotta take it with a grain of salt. It's a state park. The landscaping is nowhere near as nice as the for-profit theme parks. You really can't compare the attention to detail and execution at like Blizzard Beach or Volcano Bay or Aquatica. It's just, this is a state park and it looks like a state park. Well, that pretty much wraps up all my thoughts on Buccaneer Bay. For the rest of this video, I'm just going to play a little music to wrap up the walking tour. Thanks for joining me on this walking tour of Buccaneer Bay. If you enjoyed this vlog of the Adventure Schmuck, don't forget to like and subscribe.